If you want to know how to replace these Wishbone bushes at home using these recommended DIY kits, then you're in the right place. With the Wishbone locked in a vise, we find the largest pull-through bar that will fit into the bush hole. Measuring the bush diameter, it's 60mm, so we need a 59mm cup press. However, these pull-through cups only come in even numbers, so that's no use here. I therefore take the 59mm press piece from this kit, but it won't fit through the threaded bar. I then use a step drill to open it up on both sides. The bar now fits perfectly, and this will pull the bush out. I take the cup that's larger than 60mm and fits on the outer bore. This is what the bush will land in. I grab the mated press piece and place it on the cup, followed by the threaded rod. Next, our 59mm press piece, then a cup to press against this, the other mated cup press and the nut. Once it's wound in, we adjust everything so it's straight and ready to pull out. I begin by taking up all the slack using a spanner and ratchet. Before I lock it, I do one final adjustment to ensure the press piece is sitting firmly on the bush. This will be tight, so use a breaker bar and make sure the wishbone is locked down securely. It's normal to hear cracking or popping sounds as it starts to move, but this is just the corrosion bond breaking between the bush and the arm. It will take several cycles with the breaker bar to overcome this, but it will eventually become easier, and that's when you'll want to swap back to the ratchet. You can see through the inspection hole that we're getting closer to pulling this out. Just be careful as you reach the end, it can take you by surprise when it finally releases. Removing the assembly, we have successfully removed the bush. This bush is 38mm, but that cup size was too big for the outer bore. I therefore squeezed a 36mm cup over the bush to land in, placed the mated backing plate over it, then the pull-through rod, followed by 4 small press pieces on the other end and the nut. I pick small press pieces because the bush lips are the last thing to move when you push this thing out. Use 2 spanners and start winding. It should wind out cleanly without any excessive force. Just keep the press pieces small and you'll be fine. If you've matched the diameter of the bush, the lips will get trapped because they are the last thing to move, and that's how you end up snapping the bar. This is coming out cleanly, exactly what we want. Removing the assembly, we can see the bush is now out. Cleaning both bores is very important. Use a grey medium abrasive and make sure all the rust is removed and the surfaces are smooth. Otherwise, you're going to have problems later on when we put the bushes in. Cleaning is optional, but I like to use a wire brush to remove the rust, then brake cleaner and a wipe. For job satisfaction, I paint it. First rust converter, then red oxide primer, and finally a black top coat finish. We are now ready to install these bushes. I used red rubber grease to help this bush slide in. Use a suitable cup to lean against the outer bore, then position the mated press piece, the threaded rod and the nut. On the other side, place the bush into position, followed by the press cup that will lean against the outer diameter, the other mated press piece and the nut. Wind it in and adjust everything so it's straight and ready to press in. When winding this bush in, you may notice it goes in a little wonky. Provided you're not applying excessive force, it should straighten itself out and begin pulling in correctly. This is just the nature and drawback of using a threaded pull-through, but it works well with patience and makes a good DIY kit. Just make sure that the surfaces are spotless and file it down carefully on the outer lip if you're really struggling. This is now complete and a good press. For the other bush, we require extra press. I'm using washers, 3 of them stacked. These were cut down for another job, but I'm reusing them as they fit perfectly, allowing that extra press. I'll then have a large press piece to finish on the end. Red silicone grease is fine to use on rubber bushes and it will help it slide in. Because this is a narrow bush, there is no flex, so it's fine to push on the inner sleeve. For thicker bushes, I press on the rubber itself to avoid damage. With everything set up and the nut wound on, I always try to centralize the bush so it starts square in the hole. I begin winding, and you can see it wasn't completely even at first, but from the spanners you can tell I'm not applying much force and it's pressing in fine. That lip slowly disappears nicely into the bore. Don't worry about excessive grease, the hole pushes it out anyway. This bush needs pushing up a little more to get it perfect. I give it a few more winds and then it comes out perfectly. Looking at both of these bushes, they look like good presses. If you found value in this video, subscribe and I'll deliver more content like this.